Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back initially to Wildlands. Logged in today to have a look and see what things are. Noticed that Ubisoft sale is on. Now, Wildlands itself, the core game, is a stupidly cheap price now of just over £15, British pounds. I don't know what that will equate to. It probably be similar to $15 in the US ones, because they tend not to vary the price on actually current conversions. It's a universal price round. Also, The Division, another one of my favourite games, is way down below 10. So these are the core games, obviously, for that price. I would heartily recommend The Division. You get the core game and see how that plays out, but I would also recommend all of the DLCs that go with that game, because I haven't found any of them lacking. There's also a deal for the gold version of that, which takes it, which is just under 30. So you get all of the 3 DLCs that come with it, plus the expansion, which is a free DLC that came shortly at the tail end of last year. And also, with regards to Wildlands, I would just get the core game, my recommendation. I would also get Fallen Ghosts if you wish, but you get a hell of a lot of gameplay out the first game, especially if you explore a little, get sidetracked like I do very often. Another surprise was that I logged in and there were special offers waiting for me in store. What special offers are these, says I. So I open up. Now you can get your year 2 pass, which I'm holding off on at the minute, but if you buy it now you get a shed load of extras. I also scrolled down and found that I've got all of these here, which I don't remember ever buying or getting. Now, I don't know if these are for everybody, or because I've got the core game since for a while, maybe, or I've got the DLC since for a while, etc. Or everybody's getting them who owns the game. But look! Some of these are awesome. Got some new guns. That one I'm using at the minute. So loud, even though it's got a silencer on it. It got a lovely M14 there. It's a bizarre looking T95, which is an LMG in the game, and I haven't the foggiest idea why. It's a bizarre creature. Also, new pistola. PDR, no silencer on it, unfortunately. This Uber machine, which I still want to try out in a bit, and 2 BFGs. Look at the size of that one. Yikes. So, heartily recommend you guys go into that one. Second half of this video, I shall be showing you a little bit of the gameplay in The Division. I won't be doing the mission on here one. I'm just going to keep this video relatively short for now, because I wanted to really highlight the sale that they have got on. So if we look at there, go to the store, sale. As you look down, scroll down. There you go, below £8. Go down. Siege is also a highly recommended game, not something I have. Wildlands, just over 15 for the standard edition. The season pass for The Division, where you get all of the DLCs with it, is only another 6-7, so heartily recommended again on that one. As I said, all the DLC I got with The Division was brilliant. The Narco Road for Ghost Wars, for Ghost Recon, didn't enjoy, did not like, something I haven't and never will play. Also, obviously, so you can get to your Ghost Recon Wildlands season pass there if you want to, with the 2 DLCs on it. Again, price is cheap, so it's entirely up to you. Other than that, I will bid you farewell from Wildlands, and I will see you on the snowy streets of New York very soon. See you later. Hello, hello, hello again, and welcome now to snowy New York and The Division. As I said, also at a ridiculously low price in the Ubisoft sale. They recently announced a Division 2, which well, obviously no details on how it goes or how it plays or what it's about, but well, I for one have enjoyed The Division since its release. Yes, there have been players who've complained about the longevity of the game, but that all depends on how fast you play a game. I, as you've known many times, get hugely distracted, and it took some real effort for me to actually finish the game purely because I wanted to look around. I mean, look, who wouldn't want to look around when you got this sort of scenery around you? Can let you in a little secret. This game has inspired me to go and visit New York one day when I have the availability and funds to do it, because, well, quite frankly, I know this looks crappy, but I just want to see New York not snowy and enjoy a living New York rather than a rather dead one, as you can see here. So, for the moment, let us see. I have a supply drop somewhere to pick up. Said mission. There it is, right. So, let's go to this safe house, shall we? So, fast travel there. Yep, so the Division at the minute is just under £9, British pounds. I'd be interested to know how much it is in other countries, or whether the sale is uniform over. That would be brilliant if it is the same sort of value in other areas. We will go and get a supply drop for this video. We see that way. Yep, Division, really like my atmosphere. I like the setting. Yes, there could be more story, but hey, if they're doing a Division 2, they've obviously got a load more story to show us. And I think that shows that we're going to get some satisfaction resulting from the story. Also, there is strong rumours of a Division movie. They keep coming and going, but they're getting stronger every day. Again, I think that would be a good movie if it stayed more on the human aspect rather than the aspect to actually gunplay aspect, shall we say. Steer away from the action as much as possible. Make it like a CSI style film where you're investigating, trying to find the clues, etc. But also the other good bit would be that that's interspersed with furious gunfights, which are sudden, brutal, and over quickly. So. Get out of it. Run, you bugger. Okay. Oh, that's me not paying attention. There you go. So a little bit of incredibly loud gunplay there, where I hit into some elite enemies there. I don't normally have a problem with them, to be honest. Although I'm probably not tooled up with the weapon that I wanted to do. So let's give it another go, shall we?
Readings indicate this area is safe.
I hope the audio levels are okay for you guys, because quite frankly I've changed the settings around a bit and it might be a bit loud, so I'm hoping I can tone that down in the post-processing for this video. But in the meantime,
Warning.
let's
You are now leaving the safe area.
swap to a slightly better weapon. see if we can cull the people here, shall we? I also realised, there we go. It's these things. What was that? There's people in there. You can't see them. But I bet if you come round past at the right time, they'll say stuff to you. Because I found somebody in one of the air ducts, and he had a cold, and he thought I was his partner coming back. He was stuck in the air duct, and you know, he was just talking to me, and it was on one random roof. I've never seen it ever before. Never encountered similar since. There are a lot of tiny touches in this game that make it a huge thing in my book. Oh, there they are. Yeah, better gun. I can't stand out and take fire like that. Get into cover! These guys are hard. Guys are harder than I remember. I think I've upped the ante a little bit. No, down. The one thing I've changed is I don't like. Yes, this game is not a realistic shooter. It is a realistic shooter like World of Warcraft is a realistic hand-to-hand combat game. Get me? And there's a lot of people's complaints were from that. They were expecting a realistic fight shooter because that's what a lot of the Tom Clancy games are. And I appreciate that. But there was an Ottoman beta.
Supply drop claimed.
If you didn't like what was in the beta,
Attention. All drop sites have been cleared.
don't buy the game. They didn't change anything. The game is exactly as it was in the demo, as it were. I say beta. It's not a beta as such, are they? These days they're extended open demos for people to try the game and get interest. But all that said, I enjoy it because it's an MMORP. It's a role-playing game with stats and gear and health bars for enemies and yourself and irrational, illogical, magical buffs and tinkly stuff like that. That yeah, sure, it's in a real-world setting and it's a hugely detailed and beautiful setting, as you can see. But at its heart, it's one of those fantasy roleplay games. So, you know, I like that.
What's the point?
There are places for that as well as places for the more realistic shooters. Wildland is a much more realistic game, but even that, you know, it takes several shots to kill people most of the time, or some of the time, especially when they're alerted to get the artificial buff going. But apart from that, we all enjoy these games. Yay, Ubisoft for being slightly different. And the fact that they gave away a load of DLC for this game free, so you will get that if you own the core game, if you don't want to buy the DLCs. But as I said, I have enjoyed all the DLCs that came with this game. especially survival. Survival is a fantastic game. It's a game sessions that last anywhere up to an hour and a half, and most of the time it's you against the environment, or you it's PvP as well if you wish to choose it from that one. But it's if you look back on some of my videos about survival, you'll see how much radically different it is from this game that you've just seen here. So on that point, I suggest you check out the sale for the Ubisoft have on in a minute. They've got plenty of games there I'm sure you want to pick up for cheap. Build that library up, and if you're interested in the games that I play and I do on my channel, then obviously if you haven't already got them, those are the games to get. So I expect some people will be joining soon. So until that time, I will bid you good night. Good night.